Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about the 1985 cult classic, Brazil. And before we start off, I should announce that this is indeed one of my very favorite movies. The movie is about a man named Sam Lowry, a man who lives in a dystopian future where everything is just kind of an exaggeration of society. What I mean by that is there's lots of little details in the world that show you how frustrating everything is. For one, nothing in this movie can be accomplished without someone having to sign a paper. It also shows how the big authority figures like the police and the government are all really incompetent at their jobs. Yet everyone in the movie still has to rely on them because that's just the way the world works. But the main plot of the story revolves around Sam falling in love and that pretty much destroying his life. This is a movie that is very difficult to place into a genre. I think the genres that probably best describe it are dark fantasy, comedy, drama, romance, horror. It's got all of those things in just one movie, and it just kind of makes it its own unique thing. Besides a few movies from the same director of this, there really are very few movies that can capture the same feel as this one. This movie was directed by Terry Gilliam, who was a member of Monty Python. He actually did some writing and directing for Monty Python movies such as The Holy Grail and The Meaning of Life. Now this is probably one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. It's set in a very imaginative world that's kind of 1930s-esque, and everything just feels very well thought out. There are some really interesting inventions they thought up just for this movie, one of which includes something that's kind of like a computer, only unlike a computer, it uses a typewriter keyboard, and it's got like a little TV screen and then a big magnifying glass over it. Some of the inventions in this movie are just so memorable that they somehow manage to just engrave themselves into your brain, and you'll remember them long after seeing this. Though this is a very beautiful movie, it's probably not what you think of when you hear the word beautiful. It's more of a grotesquely beautiful movie. And I wouldn't just use that word to describe the world they live in, but I would also use it to describe the movie itself. I think that the fantasy element of this movie best shows in the dream sequences. These are some of the best dream sequences that I have ever seen. It's also when the movie is able to show off some incredibly memorable and very well done special effects. Everything about this movie just feels perfected. It is not just a great movie visually, but also has some great acting, some great characters, and a really well thought out, thought-provoking story. It's very obvious that this movie does have a message to it. However, the message that's trying to tell can be interpreted in many, many different ways. I personally see it as kind of a commentary on how work and government kind of just takes over our life and doesn't allow us to do the things that we want to do. In the case of this movie, it's falling in love. Not only the dangers of falling in love in a world like this, but also the dangers of following a dream. I think I just really love the imagination of this movie because it shows that with your mind you can do pretty much anything. Now there's actually two different endings to this movie. There's the original intended ending that's a bit more depressive, and then there's the other one, which is the love conquers all ending. I actually find the more depressing original ending a lot more satisfying because it kind of portrays the message that Terry Gilliam wants to get across better. You know, it's just so rare to find a movie that's so strong in every single aspect of it. I don't like saying that a movie is perfect because, you know, every movie has flaws, but Brazil might actually be a perfect movie. It is most definitely a timeless movie and one that I will remember for a very long time. I highly recommend this to just anyone that wants a very well-made movie. So those are my thoughts on Brazil. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again sometime soon. Bye.